Hey everybody, Miss Dietrich here. We're looking at question number 5. Carly purchased 9.5 pints of ice cream for a party. If each guest will be served exactly 3/5 of a pint of ice cream, what is the greatest number of guests that Carly can serve? So we have two ways we can approach this. One way is the idea of proportional reasoning, where we think about pints of ice cream and how many guests it serves. So the ratio we can come up with is we have 3/5 of a pint for every one guest. And then you would decide, where would I put this 9.5? Well, that's talking about pints, so in my proportion I would put it up here, and we're trying to figure out how many guests that would serve. Now, you might be able to skip the idea of setting up a proportion and realize that in the end, if we were to actually use the cross products on this, we're really finding out what 3/5 times g is, right, equaling 9.5, because this product would be 9.5. So some of you can just go right into writing the equation and not have a need to set it up as a proportion, because your brain can process it that way. So let's proceed with how would you solve this equation. Well, we would have to first turn this into an improper fraction, multiply 2 times 9, which is 18, and add the 1 and get 19. All right, now when we're solving equations like this, we have to think to ourselves, what's happening to the variable and what's the opposite of that? So what's happening to it? It's being multiplied by 3/5. The opposite of that would be to divide by 3/5. And if we do that, that's the same as multiplying by the reciprocal, which would be 5/3. So whatever we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other side to recognize the equality property. This is all going to cancel out over here, and we'll be left with the g. So the only thing you have to finish up, find what 19 times 5 is, find what 2 times 3 is, put the 19 times 5 right here, put the 2 times 3 right here, and then you're going to divide that out. Now I want to warn you, it's not going to work out evenly. So you have to ask yourself, we're talking about a number of guests. Can we have a partial guest? And the answer to that question is no. So you have to decide, do we want to make sure we have enough for each guest and therefore we need to round down, or do we need to round up? So ask yourself that, and you'll see the answer in the line up here of choices. All right, good luck finishing that up.